Shalom, brothers and sisters. Shalom. Baruch are all who revere Yahuwah and walk in his way. Well, this spot is a spot where an accident happened yesterday, probably about maybe 28 hours ago. I was visiting with a Kodeshim sister, and she was parked here. Let me back up a little bit so you can see she was parked here. Let me back up a little bit more to give you an idea. Okay, so she was parked about right there, right? And she was getting ready to leave, and she realized her truck wouldn't start. She was driving an older truck. It's a farm truck. They use it to go get firewood and things along that line. And so she was driving that truck, and anyways, it wouldn't start. It wouldn't crank up for her, so she felt like she needed a jump. So she got out of the truck to tell me about it, and that she was going to have to call someone. And I said, well, don't call someone that you're going to have to pay someone to do it. I can call my son, one of my sons. And so we were standing there talking. I happened to look up, and the truck started moving. So the truck was here on level. It was level ground, and it was just creeping, just barely starting to move. So she started to run towards the truck, and she fell. And she fell and went right to her head and hit her head. She got up, started running again. I was running. I was wearing a very long skirt, flowing skirt, and I'm running too, and she caught up with the truck. When the truck got about right here, I don't know if you can tell, but there is a decline in the pavement. It's going down, and the truck started catching momentum about the time, just about the time she was caught up with it. And wow, she opened the door, barely got the door open, and she was hanging on the steering wheel, and I was wondering, why isn't she getting in? But so she excused the grass clippings. My son cut the grass while I was away, and anyway, so the grass clippings are on the sidewalk. But so when she got down toward this part where it levels off again, she was just hanging onto the steering wheel, and the truck was picking up speed. And oh my goodness. So she's hanging on through this, the door is open, she's hanging on with the steering wheel. And I'm crying for help, just calling out, help, help. And there was no one coming. And not that I don't know what they could have done anyways, maybe something. But so she gets to this area. Now you look at this area, it's going down a hill again, another hill. So what she was trying to do, you see the neighbor's vehicles there. This neighbor had just gotten home. And so what she was trying to do, I didn't know what she was trying to do until later. She was trying to keep the truck from going down and hitting that vehicle or hitting anything on their property. So she was trying to steer the truck. This is an old-time heavy truck, one of those vehicles that if you hit it or it hits you, your vehicle's going to be done, because they don't make cars like they used to. So when she steered it enough, either her or Yahuwah, I'm going to believe that it was one of Yahuwah's messengers, that he sent them to help her out. So the truck was coming this way, and somehow or another she was able to get it to go this way. And at this time when she did that, she let go of the truck. Around that time frame, I thought that she was going to get hit with the truck, because the truck was dragging her. The truck had dragged her from all the way here, like I said, from about there all the way down to here. When it got here, the truck, the way it was turning, that it was going to actually run over her. And so when that happened, she let go. The truck went over this curb, jumped that curb across the street, and went over there. underneath that tree, and I didn't know how much further it was going to go, but it did stop not far under that tree. Um, so in the meantime, okay, I when it was when it was starting to cross the road, I was really glad to see that there was nothing coming down the street. There was nothing coming up the street. Usually we have children driving golf carts, or we have these two teenage boys who like to ride dirt bikes, and they're going at their speed that they go, but nothing was coming. There wasn't any traffic coming or anything, so that I thought that was a miracle. That was truly Yah protecting people. So with that, I check on her. She is, her pants, knees are all torn up. She has this big knot on her head, and she's shook, of course. I'm shook. So, and all that calling out for help. Eventually, a man, I saw a white truck coming, and the white truck. Now to remember where I was at, because a neighbor just walked up and I was talking to the neighbors. But so she, okay, so that's what I was telling you. So I saw a white truck coming. You probably cannot see it, but if you can see where that second light looks almost like a sun, there's like two bright lights. With that first one, he lives up past that first one. And he happened to be outside, and he said he heard my voice, but he thought it was a child, until he said he kept hearing it. He's like, no, that is a woman, that's a lady. And so he was coming. So I saw a truck coming. I was just so glad to see a truck coming, and I was going to flag him down. But as he made the curve around, I just had this feel he was actually coming to us. So he did. He pulled over to us. He made sure we was okay. He wanted to know what was going on. And then we pointed to the truck across the street, and which the truck's not there now, but and so he made sure it was okay. And then he went and he said he's gonna go get some cable so he can come back and give her a jump. Now, if she had remembered to have turned the key back to the off position, she would never have been able to maneuver that steering wheel like she did to keep it from going to the neighbor's house. The reason why I am telling you this story is because I was very disappointed in myself. I have been talking for a while about standing on the word of Yahuwah and his promises, so that we can be an encouragement to others, because we don't know if we're going to see someone who's being let off by the authorities, or if they're being beaten, or any calamity of any sort. And so that we can be on the sidelines, calling out to Yahuwah, and also at the same time yelling out words of encouragement that they can stand strong and not faint. And so when this was happening, I was calling out for help, but I did not hear myself calling Yahuwah. I did not hear myself reaching out to her to be encouraged and to stand on the word. So I'm being transparent here to let you know that I teach this and I believe it, and I have the word in me. Why? When this trial run took place yesterday evening, I did not do what I know we are to do. So I was very disappointed in myself for that not being my first nature. But I will say this, I am also very grateful to have been able to have this trial run, to see that I have got to buckle down. I've got to do better than this, because that which I saw, which to me, it could have been so much worse, and yet Yah did not let it be. But if I see something even more horrendous than this, I've got to be able to pass the test. So I just want to share with you that, I don't know if you can hear that, someone's on a dirt bike now or something, but we have got to know that we got to do this. It was very I don't want to say traumatic, but it was traumatic. Um, to see someone being drugged like that and not know what the end was going to be. And so with that, I just want to say that I know the word, and the word is in me. I've said that already, and yet I failed. And but at the same time, I'm grateful to Father for letting me see where I still need to work. It reminds me of the time when I did a career change and to become a school teacher, a special education teacher. And the praxis one is a three-part test: is reading, writing, and math, right? Reading, writing, arithmetic. And math, I had to take that test. I ended up taking that test maybe 4 times. And the very first time I took it, I missed it by just a few points. The second time, missed a few points. And so then the third time, I said, I'm going to do it on paper because maybe I need paper. Because I know even when I did my papers for school, I would do better if I would print the papers out and then do my editing. Because if I did the editing on the computer, when I would print it out for the final draft, I would still have typos. So I said, maybe I need to do it that way. So I was taking the test paper. I did it twice. When I took the paper the second time, after like a few questions, I realized it was the exact same test. I was like, oh no, I'm taking the exact same paper test. And I said, oh, maybe that means I'll pass it. Well, I didn't pass it again. And where I messed up was when I got my results back. It takes about 6 weeks to get the results back. I just saw how close I was to passing again. To passing, but I failed, and that was just concentrating on that. And I was talking to my sister, who is an administrator. She'd been a teacher for many years. And she says, well, Polly, sometimes that happens. She says, I knew a lady who would take it 12 times. And I said, I am not taking that test 12 times. So eventually, so when that next results came back, I followed Yah's leading, because he's always leading. We don't always follow. So I followed at that time, and I took my time and I read that 4-page mailing with the results on it. And I saw that where my downfall was with geometry. And I was like, are you kidding me? Geometry again? I've lived a good life without dealing with geometry. What? And now this thing thinks it's going to stop me from this career change to be a teacher. When I was a little girl, I wanted to be a teacher. And when I went to school, I went to work in like social services, and not the teacher. Teaching is not in the social service field, because it is. But anyway, so I decided I wouldn't just keep this to myself. I started telling some teachers, because I was already teaching. I had I was offered a position to be a long-term sub. So I was working as a teacher. I had my own classroom, but I wasn't a certified teacher. So I told some of the teachers about it, and one of them explained to me that take the computer test, not the paper, because with the computer test, after you pass so many of a certain category of problems, it won't give you that type of problem anymore. So I said, okay. So sure enough, I went and I did get some tutoring done. I talked to the math coach that was in that school, and he helped me. So I concentrated on geometry. When I took the computer test again, I did pass. And I was very, very grateful. And this is what this reminded me of. I had a trial run yesterday to see what I would really do when I see a brother or a sister in dire straits, in need, possible death, life and death situation. And I failed. But I'm not looking at it like that. I was shocked, I think, more than I was disappointed that, I was calling for help, but I wasn't calling. I don't remember. I just do not remember calling for Yahuwah, at least not out loud. My spirit is connected to him, and he saw the entire thing that was going on. I don't even know what she was doing, what connection she was having with the Most High. Her life was at stake, so I'm sure she was. But either way, we both belong to him, and we love him, and we're serving him. And he saw that we were in need. He had that neighbor standing outside who heard and came. The truck, everything I've already said. No one was hurt. No innocent bystanders. Nobody was hurt, and so we were really grateful. So I was, like I said, disappointed, but at the same time, I am so grateful because now I see. Now I see. And I'm sharing this with you to let you know this is very, very real. Very, very real. And we don't know everything we're going to be facing, but we do know there's going to be a lot of calamities. We're going to see people that we know and love that will be mistreated. We know that. Even some will be arrested. We know that. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? So I saw that firsthand. Um, and I'm so very grateful. I am so grateful to have, for both of us to be okay. We're fine. We're well. As a Shunammite woman said, all is well. And we're moving on. I'm sure she has learned so much even. My. I know I have. And I just think this trial run has really strengthened me. I read a scripture the other day that I haven't read in a while, but every time I read it, I think it's in Tehillim, one of the 80s something, might be 60s. But anyways, it was in Tehillim, and it said they went from strength to strength, and they were talking. It was one of those Tehillims that talked about the children of Israel in the wilderness. They went from strength to strength. So I'm taking this as I'm going to go from this to my next level of strength. And I just want to encourage you to continue to be strong in Yahuwah, to continue to grow in Him, continue to realize that this is going to happen. We're going to be faced with things, and we're going to have to stand strong, stand on His word. And if we can't do anything else but call on His name, because His name is His character, He delivers. He delivers. So with that, that's all I have to say. I just wanted to share that with you, that we need to learn to call on the name of Yahuwah. Call on the name of the Most High. Yes, our Elohim. So our sister is well. She's very sore today. Her husband was out of town, but she lives real close to some other who were able to, check on her. My son and I followed her home. Of course, she didn't want us to do that. She didn't want my son to drive the truck home. Now today, she wished she had let him, um, but she's at home resting, and all is well. And we are praising Yahuwah. She's praising Yahuwah. We are grateful. We don't even know all that the enemy had planned that day, but we know that in Yahuwah we win. We win. And yeah, we've got to start doing it, practicing it with little things, which I do it with little things. I'm just so grateful for the trial run. That's one thing. I am grateful for the trial run. I am grateful for the trial run. And when it's called a frame of reference, I can refer back to this now. I can refer back to this. So I saw someone that was close to being killed yesterday, and very disappointed in myself, my reaction, not myself, my reaction. And I'm just so grateful that it didn't turn out that way, or no one was hurt, because then I would really have to look at myself. But anyways, all is well, all is well, all is well. And Yahuwah is highly praised. He is highly esteemed and magnified and lifted up, highly extolled and esteemed, because He kept everybody safe. He kept everyone from being totally destroyed or having any bodily injuries, and we're just so grateful. And she learned a few things too, and just texting with her today, and it's just been a wonderful thing, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful to see what Yahuwah has done. Be encouraged, brothers and sisters. We who revere Him are Baruch, and things do turn out well for us. We win in Yahuwah. We win in Yahuwah. And she is doing well. Stay encouraged. Keep your mind stayed on Him and trust in Him, because then He'll give us that perfect peace. And we who trust in Him and trust in His laws, his what He has written, His Torah, nothing shall offend us, and we have perfect peace. So I am actually rejoicing for the trial run. And just to see, it's like I used to tell my students, do not try to get a higher grade than someone else. Just try to do better than what you did the last time. That's what you base it on. What did I do last time? What did I get to do this time? And base it on that. And that's what we do. So I'm grateful I had this opportunity to look back, and it wasn't something that was tragic and fatal. It was tragic, but it wasn't fatal. And I'm just gonna win from it. Win from it. I'm gonna win from it, but learn from it. But yes, I win. I win. We all win when we're in Yahuwah. Praise Yah. Be encouraged. Know that we do win in Yahuwah, and all things are well. All things are well. And every day we've got to ask Him for His help. We have to be attentive to His voice. She did say that she had the lights on the truck, and she said she didn't follow that voice when it said something about her lights, because she evidently left the lights on, and Yahuwah was reaching out to her. I'm thinking this is what she was saying to me, to turn off the lights, and she didn't. And now I'm going to hopefully this will be real quick. I've been telling you on different audios that I wanted to share this with you. Several years ago, when I was teaching at this high school, I had bought something from a student who was selling something for the football team or some club or whatever. And so I was co-teaching a second Algebra 2 class. I really wasn't co-teaching, but I was in there. And so I took the $20 and folded up in my hand to take it to class when I went, because that student was going to be in that class. Well, before I went to the restroom. Well, I went to the student restroom, and it was full of students because it's changing the classes. And but by the time I came out the stall, they were all gone. So I washed my hands and everything, and I got my books and everything, and I went to the algebra class. And like halfway through the class, or maybe towards the end of the class, I was sitting, I was like, oh, that's right, I got to give them that money. And I looked through my stuff, and I didn't have the money. And so I guess I left it in the classroom. So his class and my class were very close, and the girls' bathroom was right across from my classroom. So I headed down just a few steps and down the hallway to go to my class to get the money. And as I'm approaching the bathroom, I feel the ruah, I feel Yah's spirit say, go in the girls' bathroom. And I'm like, no, I know I didn't have it in there. I'm going to go to my classroom. And then this is what he spoke in my spirit. What would it hurt? And so I have tried to live by that. So sure enough, people, I opened the bathroom door, and on the floor was that $20 bill that was folded in fours on the floor. So the very next person that would have walked in that bathroom, which would have been a student, might have been a teacher, but definitely a student, possibly a student, and they would have had $20. So I said, oh, wow. Okay. And he said to me, what would it hurt? And so, and I'm not talking about our sister, because I love that sister, and I have done it myself. Later on, I was like, oh, I should have listened. But what would it hurt? So when he tells us things like that, I pray that, I hope that it'll be, I'm trying not to say the word pray, because Pray sounds like Prey, so I'm trying not to say Pray. But what would it hurt? And I hope, and my desire is that we all would say, what would it hurt, when we're not sure if it's his voice, but we're pretty sure it's his voice. Because what would it hurt? What would it hurt to do this thing right here that's coming to my heart? I'm going to do this thing. And so that is something, a nugget I just want to give you. What would it hurt? And so I learned something that day. What would it hurt? Because surely, had I gone in that classroom to look for that $20, guaranteed somebody would have gone into the girls' bathroom in that time, that little short time, and found that $20. Kodeshiums, set apart ones. What would it hurt? What would it hurt? And it has paid off the times when I would remember and say, okay, oh, I'm going to go here. I'm not going to take this right now. I'll come back and get it. What would it hurt if I take it now? And then there's been times when I said, well, I'll just come back. And then I get downstairs or I get someplace and I think, oh, I did need that. I should have brought it. Yeah, what would it have hurt for you to bring that then? The thought came to my heart. It came to my mind. Why did I think that it came to me? Except to help me to be successful, to win. So what would it hurt? Be encouraged, brothers and sisters. Sometimes I just don't even want to end. I just want to keep talking to you because, as you know, we have very limited, well, for me, very limited opportunities to talk to other Kodeshians, other like-minded people. So when I get on this channel, I just feel I really enjoy reaching out to you and talking with you, even though you can't respond to me. But be encouraged. We are Baruch, and I'll talk to you soon next time. Because we win in Yahuwah, and our sister is doing well. She's recovering, and so am I. All is well. All is well. We gotta listen. We gotta put these boots on. We gotta put on the whole armor. We gotta get ready to fight. And a fight it will be, because we already win. We win. We win. All right. As always, I hate leaving, but till next time. It'll be another time. Praise Yah. Amen. We win in Yahuwah. We win in Yahuwah. I'm gonna have to write a song. I think I already sang a song once, right? Yeah. Yeah. Praise Yah. We win in Yahuwah. All right. Till next time. We win in Yahuwah, our Father.